Okay. Before my speech, I want to ask you a question. Based on your knowledge about college counselor, when do you think is the busiest time for them every year? College application season, that's correct. Every year from September to next January, 99% of my work is to walk students through their college application. 50% of which contributed to technical work, like writing the letter of recommendations, sealing, mailing or emailing the transcripts, answering questions like, "Hey Miss Lin, do you know where is my grade 9 transcript? I'm filling my SRAR report. Do you know what is the pre-calculus course level in our school? Can I put my PE on my UC course list?" Or chasing after students and asking, "Hey Jerry, have you sent your TOEFL report to NYU? Hey Monica, don't forget to set up your student portal to check your application status." The other part of my work is about intellectual work, college essay in particular. 40 to 60 versions of college essays for one student who applied for 15 universities is like a common meal which happens all the time. Look at this masterpiece I did with my students. And other versions, and others are like the back and forth revisions of resumes or activity lists. During this business time, I always make the joke with my colleague. I finally feel myself popular to the seniors. Yes, as a college counselor, I'm glad that I can help seniors out during their most stressful time, helping them get everything organized and ready to submit. But for myself, I feel that the most fulfilled part of my work is those unseen impacts I've made for my students. Dustin Greeny, a grade 11 African-American boy I worked with in early 2020 when I was a school counseling intern in Green Street Academy in Baltimore. When I just saw him, he was a pretty nice boy, high GPA, follow the rules, respectful. But he was aimless, unconfident, and struggling with finding out who he was. So to work on his issue, we started a conversation about his favorite movie and his idol. He got so excited when talking about the favorite part of his movie. A group of guys from a tech company pitching the ideas about the solution to a tech issue. He thought it was so meaningful, so cool to help the company make the profit in this way. So when I heard what he said to me, I wrote down these keywords: STEM major, problem solver, team contributor. And speaking of his idol, he said it's his mom. His mom quit her job as a nurse for 10 years and went back to the graduate school to study engineering. He thought his mom was so brave and decisive to pursue her passion. So after this conversation, I had a general idea about what type of a person he might be. So to make my impression more accurate and concrete, I did something with him with some counseling techniques in the following sessions. The first one was a Holland Code assessment to identify what the type of the workplace and the job duties might match his personality and potentials. Unsurprisingly, he got RSE as the 3 top letters from the assessment, which stands for high technical competence, characteristics of helping profession, and sense of achievement from leading, persuading, and selling. And then I did scenario demonstration with him, a tour that I had him to imagine a typical day of several job positions based on my introduction, and which helped him to narrow down his major and career options. The third one I used was a value card swap. So based on this exercise, he figured out his values and the top 5 that he cared most. After this exercise, he gradually realized his academic and career aspirations. So knowing where to go, we started to work on how could he get to destinations. Well, what we first did was to figure out the root of his low confidence and the solutions to overcome. Unfortunately, the outbreak of the COVID-19 interrupted our sessions. And sadly, as an intern, I was not allowed to interact with the students online through those days. But surprisingly, I got his email after a few weeks. This is his email. I was so touched by his words in the email because at that moment I saw the email, I feel that my work and my efforts were so validated by him. And last year, I heard from my supervisor of my internship. He got accepted by University of Maryland Honor College, majoring in engineering. 2 students who came from the Green Street Academy. University of Maryland is the best public university they can get in. I feel so proud of him. The next story is about Sally. Sally is a typical Chinese girl. High academic performance, modest, humble, and considerate. The time I knew her in her grade 11, I was so surprised that she had never entered for any competitions. She always liked to say, I don't think I'm good at competing for something XYZ, or I don't think I could be a good leader. But based on my observation, she was so good at managing the arguments among the students and having them to follow her willingly. So, to help her realize her leadership, I tried to explain to her what it meant to her as a leader and what it meant to other students if she was a leader of him. And I encouraged her to run for the president of the student union. Thankfully, she took my advice. So throughout her preparation, I was there all the time, supported her with suggestions. Though the day before the election, she was too nervous to fall asleep. She made a fantastic speech on the stage on that day, and she won the election with 159 votes from 210 students. She said to me silently after the election, I never thought I had so many supporters. And during her term, she initiated several great projects benefiting to the school and the students. Now, she's a sophomore at William and Mary College, the Minister of the Media Department of CSSA, the Chinese Students and Scholars Association, and executive of Dancing Club, and a blogger. Yeah, this is her dialogue with me on the WeChat. Okay, so these are just 2 student stories out of my 300 students over my past 10-year college counseling experience. Witnessing students growing to be a reliable and responsible people, progressing to their life goals. I feel so happy for them because their growth actually shaped my sense of worth as a college counselor, which I define as a listener who's patient, empathetic, and able to identify students' unspoken words. If a student comes to me and say, hey, I don't care anything, I don't care XYZ, I would think he or she actually means, I think I'm not confident of doing something, or I'm afraid that I could not meet my parents' expectations. So as a counselor, what I would do is to focus on those underlying issues rather than those on the surface. The second role I define the college counselor is discover. Many students are easily discouraged by those external standards of good students or success, and they easily internalize them as their self-identity. But as a counselor, I believe that each student is unique, and my job is to help them finding out their uniqueness and build their path upon this, rather than having them to follow everyone's choices. Additionally, I wanted to dig deeper with the students to find out those things hinder their progress and work with them to overcome, to remove those barriers. The third role I define as college counselor is enlightener. Sometimes you may find that students have no idea where they want to go or about their directions. I think it's just because they don't know what other options are out there for them. So I want to be a resource provider, connecting students to helpful resources and information so that they can make better ideas, make better decisions in line with their academic and career aspirations. The fourth role is motivator. It's common for the people to feel sad, feel passive, feel lost, feel failed. The students will have that kind of feelings. It's normal. So I want to be the one who let the students feel that I'm always there for them. Validate their efforts, reconstruct their negative thoughts, encourage them to try it one more again, and build up their resilience. I'm the only one of the thousands of the college counselors all over China and the world. Today I share these stories to you, share my experience and my students' stories to you. I want to say, I think the college counselors are like the light in the dark for students, guiding them toward moving forward to their goals and their success. So I feel like we will feel excited even if our students just make a small progress and improvement. And we will feel appreciated if students think we are helpful to them. Thank you.